And here we are in the top right-hand corner of the map in Tomb Valley. We have our blue Protoss player from Mouse Sports. It's Mana, and he's trying to tie things back up against his opponent, who's just one game away from eliminating him. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, our purple Zerg player, Caronte Esports Club's Vortix.
All right, let's see how Vortex can do to try to follow up that first win. Mana did have the map choice this time, so perhaps he's got something super sneaky in mind. I don't know. As he goes down to his natural, it looks like he has not even built. Okay, there's that pylon. I was like, he set the probe down, didn't build anything for a second, but he's just a little bit over-eager. Now he can start scouting that vertical position, and he'll probably find Vortex pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
As you know, most players do actually scout clockwise. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Either way, he will find him down in the bottom right corner. Vortex will actually have to wait for that Overlord to scout him, or just figure it out as the probe moves up his ramp.
Yep, well, probe's there pretty quick, and hopefully he'll be able to identify that time. But regardless, I mean, this is a pretty large map. While you do have the banana hallway back here that you've got to watch out for attacks whenever you are in these vertical positions, it's still one that usually lends itself to multi-base play. I mean, it's not like either of these guys are an immediate threat for the meantime.
That's true. We've got a spawning pool first for Vortex, though. Could actually turn into some kind of aggression, or, you know, just waiting for that probe to be as annoying as it usually is, and perhaps even dropping a pylon at the natural. But for the moment, he's just keeping track of all these drones, trying to keep an eye on them, and will eventually move over to that natural position. Of course, Vortex will keep an eye on it with his Overlord and know if it's there for sure, that he needs to go try to respond to that. Look at the little upside-down little dipper that he just had there a second ago. About 2 drones actually moving out to deal with this probe is going to perhaps allow Vortex to drop that hatch even faster.
Yeah, this is what he did the last game too, and it worked out really well for him. And he's going to be able to drop it down. Looks like Mana once again is going for a Nexus first, so it'd be difficult for him to put on that pylon block right afterwards. Probe was down to just 5 hit points, but does survive. And taking a look at things, everything's just starting off as normal as it could be. 2 more hatcheries are going to drop down for Vortex. That's number 1. Number 2 should pop up here in about 30 seconds. Mana, on the other hand, has some flexibility if he wants to go for a big 2-base play, but more often than not, we've been seeing Protoss players just knock down the rocks, full wall this off, and go up to 3 bases.
All right, it looks like this probe is probably going to get hunted down. Actually, no, Vortex says, I don't even need to kill your probe. I'm just going to keep running all the way at your base, but Mana's had plenty of time to set up a full wall, and the cannon is... oh, he doesn't have a full wall, and he's... Okay, now he's got a full wall as he covers up his ramp there. But these Lings are going to show up and try to nibble down that cannon as quick as he can. Probes cannot repair, so really they don't need to be hanging out here for the moment. Is he starting another? Yes, another cannon is getting started. This first one does get canceled, and now the probes are going to get chewed down, so Vortex with an early advantage.
That was a mistake by Mana. He should have full walled here rather than up at the top.
I agree.
Because these Zerglings would not have had the potential to move in and do that damage. Even if they take 1 or 2 probes with them, they've more than justified their cost, and with the cancels and the photon cannons and just disrupting Mana's overall build, I mean, the cybernetics core hasn't even been started yet.
Yeah, he's slowing things way down here. All the lost mining time for how many probes? 5, 6 probes there, just chilling to try and kill those 2 Lings. The Zealot did come out. 3 workers were killed. Cannons were canceled. Things worked out quite well there for Vortex for a very, very cheap cost of 6 Lings or something like that. And now a 3rd base is coming up for Vortex, so he'll try and get his drone dominance really going here.
And those were just the Lings he normally starts the game with. I mean, that wasn't anything special. That's map control and map presence Lings. So now Mana is chrono boosting out double Zealots. Wants to put on some pressure here in a bit. Vortex could certainly be worried about this possibility. Oh, he could get in position and see chrono boost on the gateways, and he does.
Oh, good. I mean, that's going to give him a lot of indication of what Mana's going to be doing now. We've got 12 Lings started very, very quickly here for Vortex. He could actually follow this up. He's not even built an extractor. There's no gas or anything. It's not even going to be able to research Ling speed for a while. Here's the first extractor, but he's going to have quite a lot of Lings to react to whatever Mana throws at him. And
there are 3 Zealots, I believe. Yeah, 3 Zealots out. See if he tries to put on some pressure, or if he's just going to sit back and keep those defensive in a defensive position. And Vortex does see all 3 Zealots and could actually engage that here in a bit. We know that no +1 weapons has even been started. Mana going to try and work himself back into a corner, but look at that from Vortex. Does a great job to ensure he gets the most surface area possible and kills those Zealots very, very cost efficiently.
Yeah, Vortex still staying on top of his game. We've got something hidden down here. Is that a probe alone? Okay, he has not built a pylon there or anything like that, but he does have the option of moving out here soon to be able to do that. Mana just doesn't have a whole lot of stuff back in his base yet, does not really have multiple gateways, just the 2, and now our robotics facility coming up. Yeah, I'm just looking for more gateways. He doesn't have the income to be able to do it at the moment. Roach Warren coming up for Vortex means that he could do a pretty strong follow-through, working off of these 3 bases that he's had operational for quite a while now.
Yeah, we'll see if this next 100 gas goes right towards layer tech. It should. Yeah, there it is. So everything's operating pretty normal for him. And then Vortex sees up the ramp. He's got a great position. He scouts around. He sees a robotics facility, but that's it. There's a pylon on the top left. You may want to get over there just to start checking it. Make sure that nothing's going to be dropped down right away. Doesn't see anything behind the base, though, and that's what he was looking for.
Yep, sometimes players will hide Twilight Council or even a Stargate or something back there for the Overlord to just barely miss out on, so he does want to check the entire perimeter of Mana's base. Not going to find anything super sneaky, though, as the Overlord gets taken out. Mana, this would be a good time to actually build something sneaky, because you killed his Scouting Overlord. He's probably not going to want to send one for another little while, as he was supply block there just for a moment, but even more links coming out. Zergling Speed will be done here soon. Lair will be done here soon, and he can do, you know, Roach Speed or just start teching immediately into Spire or Infestation Pit.
And
there's a Spire.
There's a Spire, yeah. And it's not a bad strategy on this map at all. I mean, Entomb Valley is sometimes where we commonly see those very, very, very long Mutalisk-based games. Now, at this stage, though, a lot of players, like, let's say Startail Life, were playing this against a Protoss player, likely would have done it on 2 bases to establish a little bit of control and then continuing to just move up from there. Oh, and these Zerglings are going to trap so many units here, at least forcing so much energy out of those sentries. Well done. And
they look so pathetic, trapped in a Stalker's like, get me out, I don't want these sentries.
But, you know, I mean, but the way that Vortex is doing it off of 3 bases means that he can just produce a ton of mutas right away. He's going to have enough gas for 12 of them, I think, right at the start. Yeah,
perhaps even more. I mean, he's got quite a lot of income at the moment. He's adding more extractors now, 2 more extractors onto a potential 4th base, and Mana is just now breaking through his own destructible rocks. That actually could backfire if he, oh no, he doesn't have that 3rd base started yet, so it's not really going to matter. He can just put his back to his natural and be fine in that regard, but the Spire will be done. He'll have enough for 12, 13 Mutalisks, probably close to 14 if he's got the larva to be able to spare. Yeah, there's 13 instantly, and we'll see if he's going to, you know, start and uses the rest of that gas for upgrades. +1 weapon upgrades would be expected, but he could just keep making more mutas with that too.
He very well could. Let's see, there's +1 weapons. Okay.
And Roach Speed.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, he just finished Roach Speed.
Yeah, I think so.
Gotcha.
I'll check, but yes. Ventral Sax. Yeah. So he's actually thinking of dropping along with this, with Baneling. So following this up after the mutas are done, maybe with some drops. That's a very clever play.
Yeah.
And all these mutas are starting to gather up now, and that is quite the force.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Dropping could definitely help get past that crazy just hovel of buildings that he's got between his entrance and the natural, but we've got all these cannons going down very quickly, so any links who do manage to sneak in will be able to get some damage in. Look at all those buildings that the Immortals just kind of weave their way through. That's going to be totally bypassed if Vortex can get Ventral Sax and get a nice staging area just south of Mana's base. The Muta's already just, you know, distracting Mana quite a lot, perhaps forcing him even to move into a little bit of a different build, make more Stalkers than perhaps he wanted to initially. Dark Shrine is actually nearly done for Mana, and Blink will be done soon.
I just want to put this out there. Mana is ridiculously good. He is an unbelievably good Protoss player, and Vortex, up to this point, has just dominated him.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, there's certainly potential for Mana to recover here, but Vortex has just done so much damage. He's now killed 16 workers. He's continuing to stop these structures from receiving any sort of real benefit. He loses a couple of mutas, but of course he stages up for the perfect Baneling drop.
26 Banelings are about to be loaded up in these Overlords, not to mention all these supporting Lings, and the mutas are going to be so distracting that Mana has to deal with them. He's not going to be able to just take care of this huge Overlord drop as fast as he'd like to, because then the mutas will just split his forces and take advantage of whatever side he's not defending against. So here we go. It looks like the Banelings are... Do you think he's just going to drop him directly onto this choke so he can do the supplement? I think he will.
Yeah.
There's no army really for him to drop on except for these Stalkers, so he could just start right now. There he does. And all the Banelings filing out. Mana's not even going to give us the satisfaction of the Baneling explosions. Look at that. Vortex 2-0ing Mal's Mana to move into the round of 8.
Very impressive, and just a dominant performance from Vortix, showing why he is absolutely one of the best Zerg players that's out there right now. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to both, actually, of the Corunta Esports Club brothers. Lucifron and Vortex both made it through into the round of 8. So congratulations to them. That is actually it for our broadcast this week.
That was a very powerful performance by all the guys who moved on. Thorzane did an amazing job as well moving into the round of 8. Thanks very much to Slivko, Snoot, and of course Mana for participating and showing that you want to represent the rest of the world for the GSL World Championship later on this year at the end of November for IPL 5. So we've still got more games from the round of 16 to get through next week, so please join us for that. Again, I'm pretty much done casting StarCraft for the next while. I'll still be available as a backup if Kevin gets sick, or if Andrew or Kibbles or Kibbles, we'll let him say it properly whenever he gets here.
You'll still pop on the stream, and I'm sure I'll still pop on the Shootmania stream from time to time and such, so we'll be around.
Yeah, but and I'm always on Twitter, so at AskJoshi, if you guys want to follow what I'm up to with Shootmania stuff, please follow me. And we've actually got some semifinals and finals going on right now on twitch.tv/IPL Shootmania. If you do want to check that out and see what all that's about, I'm sure it's still going at the moment. So yeah, please check it out. Shootmania.ign.com has all that information for that stuff, and ign.com/IPL5, where you can find all the StarCraft, League of Legends, and Shootmania info for our live tournament at the end of November.
Okay, well, that's going to be all for us tonight. One request, everyone, right now, go and follow youtube.com/IPL Esports, or subscribe to us there. It's our brand new YouTube channel where we have the promo for our awesome StarCraft 2 caster contest. We're going to be putting all of our top 5s from all of our games, pre-produced content. It's all going to be available in one place. So brand new YouTube channel with some original content that'll actually be populating that in the next couple of weeks as well. So we have a lot of big plans for it, but please go and subscribe to it right this second. I want to see a couple thousand subscribers on there right now, and maybe I'll have a prize for you guys on Monday. So we actually will have a prize for you guys on Monday. So there you go.
I already know what it is.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for us tonight, and have a great week, and we'll see you on Monday.
Goodbye.